We're so excited to have you. So, there's no doubt we now go to the second half of our portion where we talk about your experience as a Miss Universe sponsor, makeup sponsor. You created some of the best looks. In fact, some noteworthy Miss Universe looks in recent memory. I so love all the glam photos that you have been doing for Harnas and even now for Arbony. So I was just wondering, what's the core inspiration for some of the best looks that you have been doing
So
in
look,
Miss
at Miss
Universe so
Universe,
far?
you have to improvise everything that you do because we have a schedule, but what's most important for the show or for the organization is for the girls to really understand what does the organization want, so they can understand in their mind what they're going to do. Also, all of the rehearsals are very important. When it comes to looks, we improvise every single thing that we do because we never know who's going to sit down in our chair. It's not like I have a paper that says, hey, Miss Philippines is going to come this date at this time. No, we don't have that. The schedule comes day by day. So we never organize anything, or we never plan anything out. Everything is very much improvised. But thanks to the professionalism that we have in our team, we're always ready for anything. Of course, sometimes I do have mood boards depending on the looks or whatever we want to do, especially with the sponsors. For example, last year, Jojo from the shoes, he wanted something very specific, but this reference pictures he gave me the day before, and I didn't even know which the contestants were. He gave me, after the day was over, he gave me like 5 names of contestants, and then the next day only 3 of those lists came into the shop and into the workroom. The other 2 were asked by, I think it was Telemundo for something else. So we have to switch them around. So it's always something new. It's always a different experience. It's always we have to improvise. We never have anything like set.
Yeah. So I would assume, since basing from what you said, you don't have a signature look because there's
Well,
always a wider range
actually, we
of
do have a signature
women
look,
coming
which is the
in your makeup
Miss
event.
Universe look. What everybody's gonna be listening at this tour master classes that we're doing. But the Miss Universe look is very simple. It's all about big eyes, nude lips, and a lot of light on your T-zone, which is between your eyebrows, under the eyes, and on your chin. So that's our. I don't know if you've seen the video or the makeup that I did for Celeste. Um,
I
well,
did.
that's
I did.
our
It's so
universe
beautiful.
look, but
Yeah.
depending on the sponsor or depending on the event that we're gonna do, we have to improvise everything that we do at last.
That's great. That's great. So the Miss Universe look is applicable to all skin types of women
Yes.
joining Miss Universe. That's the most important thing. So I'm curious to ask, since we're talking about Miss Universe now, there are a lot of questions. So Lucas Peterson, I'm gonna ask your question. I just have to segue this question before I get to ask your question, which I am flashing right now or pinned right now, so I won't forget. So now that we're talking about Miss Universe, I wonder, since you're a sponsor, how do you get this? Is like this is really like the question that I'm so most excited to ask you about. How do you get to pick the girls for your special photo shoot every Miss Universe edition? Because you only get to handpick like 5 or 6. And like, how do you do it by draw lots, or by your preference, or by how you guys talk amongst your team members? So I'm really curious because every year before you do that photo shoot, they always like it. Oh, I hope Miss Philippines will get it. Of course, I come from the Philippines, so I hope Miss Universe Philippines will make it to her special photo shoot. So how do you guys get to pick the
Of course.
girls like for
So
your special
I get
photo
to
shoot?
pick them. I'm the one who decides who's gonna be in it or not. For me, the organization always tells me, okay, pick only 10, and then from those 10, we'll let you know who's available, and we'll give you only 5. So I always pick 10. The organization
How
gives
do you
me
pick the
5,
10?
but those 10 that I do pick, actually, the organization sometimes tells me, can you tell me who those 10 are a week before the pageant? And I always tell them, please don't make me do this, because for me, it's very important to be able to share at least 1 or 2 days with the girls. Why? Because I just don't want a girl that doesn't deserve to be in that photo shoot. I need a girl that has a great personality, that knows how to connect with people, because if you know how to connect with me and you have a great personality, it's going to show on the camera. And 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 this is what I always tell the organization, and that they're like, okay, just pick 10, and then we'll give you the 5 after the third day. So I never pick them by pictures. I don't go to their Instagrams. I do not like knowing who is who. Sometimes people ask me, oh, have you seen Miss Colombia? Because I'm Colombian, but that doesn't mean anything. No, I haven't seen her, because I really don't care. At the end of the day, this is my job, and I need just to do what's best for the show and for Muba. So I never I never see their pictures. I never watch their Instagrams. I never do anything. I just like to meet them in person. And once I meet them all in person, I pick 10. Once I pick 10, the organization, depending on the availability, they give me 5. And usually those 5s are always on the top. This year, it was different, because most of the girls, I believe, they were not in the top. None of those 5 contestants were on the top. It was South Africa, Spain, um, Philippines, Bahrain.
Philippines, Bahrain. There's another one. I forgot. Oh wait. It's here in my photo in my uh wait. Um so wait. Oh, Bahrain, Spain, Philippines,
Yes,
South
Thailand.
Africa, and
Oh my God, I
Thailand.
love Thailand. This year, none of them made it, but in the past years, they all made it. It's crazy. They all made it on the top 10, top 5 winner, because Harnaz was in my photo shoot and she won. So, but this year it was very different. Again, the competition this year was amazing. It was great. For me, it was unbelievable to be able to be in front of the most beautiful woman on earth, and literally seeing the most beautiful woman on earth, because they were all beautiful, and we were just like splitting hairs. I felt bad for the judges and for the organization, because they were all splitting hairs trying to see who was the perfect fit at the end of the day. This year, the competition was crazy. It was crazy. They were all beautiful. They were all perfect. They all knew what to say and what not to do.
Thank you for sharing that because all this time I thought I thought you're basing everything from their beauty, from their popularity on social media. Now, thank you for revealing that for debunking that misconception amongst pageant fans. What you're saying instead is you are taking them from the result of meeting them for the previous 2 days. So with that, since Miss Philippines has been in your special photo shoot for the past 4 years, so that is it okay to assume that Miss Philippines for the past 4 years has
Definitely,
been impressing you in a very nice way? That's why they always make it to the final to the final
definitely.
the
I want to
final
say
photo
that every
shoot.
single thing that I do, I feel like we come to this earth to live, to get to know the earth, to get to know people, and then we die and we leave, and that's it. It's important to leave a legacy and understand that karma exists, and it's important to understand that we have to do good to receive good. I feel like I'm 36 years old. When I was in my 20s, my life wasn't the best. There was a lot of bad influence or people around my life that wanted apparently the best for me, and it wasn't like that. And I got to understand, thanks to me working at a psychiatrist's office for over 3 years with this psychiatrist. When I did understand, I was his assistant. That's when I understood how human beings work, how they treat themselves. Why would they pursue, I don't know, how do they present themselves to others? And for me, everything that I do now and all of the decisions that I do make nowadays is thanks to everything that I have done, or that I have experienced in the past. I don't want, to have in my team people that do not deserve this, that are not humble, and I do not want anyone taking opportunities in my brand or in my team or in anything that I do. For example, the campaign, that doesn't deserve it. There's a lot of girls out there that they're rich in their countries, and they come to Miss Universe thinking that we are gonna serve them, and that we are gonna, and that this is a hair salon, and that we have to do their hair every day, and that we have to do their makeup every day, and it doesn't work that way. You have to work with us. You have to be humble. You have to communicate. You have to give everything that you have learned in your country. And Philippines has done that for me every single year. The contestant is always very proper. She knows what to say. She knows what not to say. The Philippine contestants always comes and say hi to every single member of my team, and they're 35. And for me, I get to see that from far away, and for me, that's very important. I see everything that happens in my workroom, and when a girl comes and say hi to every single member of my team, for me, that's a win-win. That for me, that's everything. That for me, that says a lot about you. So that's why Philippines is always on my top.
You know, listening to you right now, how I wish you're a Miss Universe judge every year. So for sure, Miss Philippines will always be on top. Yeah. No, because there's always, I know the difference between a sponsor and a Miss Universe judge. But for some of the pageant fans, they always, they always think that a Miss Universe sponsor like you would have a say on making it to top 16. I mean, do you really have a say on who's going to make it to top 16? Like, do they ask for your
Um,
input in
we
the
get to
first place?
talk. We all get to say, what do you think? Have you seen this girl? Have you seen something weird about this girl? But we get to chit chat between us as friends in the organization, but nothing serious. Just like everyone else, we just get to talk about contestants, seeing what's the input on every single girl. But no, I have nothing to say. I have nothing to do with the final answer or outcome. Yeah.
Outcome, yes. Yeah.
No,
So
my job
it's not your
here
job
is
to pick
just
the
to
top
make
16.
sure
That's what
that
you're saying.
my show, my workroom is running on time, and that everybody has makeup and hair on. That's it.
Mm. But since you're coming here to do the masterclass tour, so and you're not the official, you won't be doing any makeup for the Miss Universe Philippines. You'll only be assisting them. Is there a chance that you might be open to the idea of you judging Miss
Love
Universe
to. I would love.
Philippines
We'll
finals
see.
this coming May? That's a question coming from Lucas Peterson. Well, are you gonna be a judge for
Well,
Miss
I don't
Universe
know.
Philippines?
We'll have to see. You'll get to see. Let's see. May 13th. Make sure you watch the show.
Wow, that's a very loaded statement. Lucas Peterson tried to read between the lines with what he just said. So let's stay tuned if he might be or not this coming May 13th. So, there. I'm super enjoying all these inside stories that you are sharing to us, and I love that our delegates have been giving you a nice impression since the time you started working for Miss Universe. So I wonder, in those 4 years that you have been part of Miss Universe, who 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 is your Miss Universe? Who is your favorite Miss Universe Philippines contestant so far in those 4 years that you have been working for Miss Universe?
Um, at Miss Universe, I've always said that Andres, as a friend, is the best friend that could be. But Andres, as a boss or as a leader, especially at Miss Universe, I'm so focused that I'm not there to make friends at all. So I do not share with the girls at all. I just get to say hi. I don't even ask their names. It's just if your sash says Miss Philippines, Miss Philippines, what do you need? Makeup or hair? I do not like giving the space of friendship between me and them because it could look wrong, not only between her and myself, but also there's always a camera rolling, and I don't want misunderstandings between the fans and myself. So for me, I am very strict when it comes to communicating with the girls. But I do want to say that one of my best relationships with a Filipino contestant, I have to say Pia. This was in 2015 in Vegas. I actually was doing um, so I was a makeup artist at that time, so I did some of her makeup. She sat down in my chair. We had a lot to share because obviously we were there doing makeup for over an hour and a half, so we got to share a lot. And I never did, for example, I never did. That was my first year. I never did makeup for Colombia. I did makeup for Philippines, and when she won, most of the Colombian fans they were like, "Oh my God, you're Colombian. Why would you be doing Miss Philippines makeup?" And that was my first year, and for me it was terrible because I'm like, why do people think like this? Because I'm Colombian, that means that I need to um, um, support Colombia. It doesn't work that way. You have to be objective at the end of the day,
Yeah.
and it's not. If I'm working here, it's not for me to serve someone specific. If Colombia sits in my chair, that's because my supervisor decided that. But if Philippines sat on my chair, that was because again my supervisor decided that, and then I'm gonna make sure I do my best job on whoever sits on my chair. It's not. I'm not about the nationality. At the end of the day, whoever wins, I do not. Me, Andres Felipe, I do not care who wins because I don't get money from it. I don't get to travel with her. I don't get to do anything with her. So I do not care who wins. What I care about is that I need to do my job the best, and I need to make sure that every single girl feels the best. So for me, Pia was the most that I share with because at that time I was a makeup artist and I didn't know much about the business. But now that I'm the director, I try to separate everything. And for example, if you're Colombian in my team, you're not allowed to do makeup on the Colombian contestant. If I bring a Filipino to my team, he's never gonna be able to touch the Filipino contestant. Why? Because there's always a connection because of the nationality, and we don't want that. I don't want errors in my team, so I.
Yeah, undue
Yeah.
advantage as well. All right. Okay. I thought, thank you for also sharing that. Because, just forgot to ask you that earlier. Oh, so the Filipino makeup artist you will pick from your masterclass tour here in Manila won't be able to, get to glamify or glam up the next Miss Universe Philippines and
No,
so
because
forth in the next
that's
few years. Okay. I get you now. To be fair enough, you're just saying the right thing. You're just trying to be objective and more importantly, professional so that no girl will feel, marginalized or, will feel ostracized that she's not being favored in short, you're trying to be, you're trying to treat everyone fairly and
Everyone needs
equally
to
during the
feel
pageant.
equal. For me, that's very important. And I feel like the day that I'm gonna have, for example, my Filipino makeup artist doing Philippines, that's because that day I'm gonna have one makeup artist from each country, and it's around 86 countries. I'm not gonna be able to bring 86 makeup and hairstylists. So it's very important to be fair at the end of the day. And we have a lot of rules in my team that also I love working at this universe because they give me the freedom to do what I feel and I think is the best. And most of my rules, for example, you're not allowed to do your same country's makeup or hair. You're not allowed to leave the hotel at all. Even if you're sick, you need to ask someone to. We have an assistant that brings everything from the store. You're not allowed, once you go into the concentration, you're not allowed to leave the hotel for over 3 weeks. In the past years, you were able to do that, but I don't want to take risks about anything that could happen out there. And most of these people are coming from different countries. And at the end of the day, this is a dream for everyone, for the contestants, for the makeup artists, for the hairstylists, for everyone that is in the artistic industry. So I have to make sure that everybody's doing the right thing.
Fair enough, sir. Thank you for your very detailed explanation about it. You're just trying to be fair. Of course, at the end of the day, you don't want Miss Universe, the organization you're working for, to be tainted with, with controversy, especially with all these little things about, about favoritism, even on the makeup share or even in the other aspects of the competition. So since we're talking
No, I
about
was
all
going to
these aspects of the
say that
oh yeah,
I've
you were about to
always
say something,
think,
sir.
and I've never said this in public, but I feel like Miss Universe for me is the way, it's a platform for me to revenge on everyone that has done bad in my past when I was young. Why? Because my beginnings were not fair. Many doors closed on my face. I wanted to be a dancer actually. And many people were like, oh, you're Latino, you need to look white. Oh, you're too short, you need to look taller. Oh, you're too fat, you need to look thinner. And my beginnings, they were very unfair. So for me, Miss Universe, it's a space where I get to be fair with everyone so I can revenge myself on everyone that was unfair with me on my beginnings. So that's why for me it's very important every single detail that I do at Miss Universe because it needs to be perfect, it needs to be fair, it needs to be welcoming and family oriented for every single girl that comes into our workroom.
It's very noble of you. I mean, you always not just put your best foot forward, but you pay it forward as well. You know, in your own little ways, you try to break the vicious cycle of several malpractices happening in the industry, and through your own little way, you get to correct it so that the people following you, or even the people from the next generation, will be will be inspired to follow your footsteps, which is to do all things not just right but efficiently as well, effectively and efficiently as well, and that's the right thing to do. So thank you for sharing that. Y'all, sir, I'm getting to know more about you, behind the work that you are doing for Miss Universe. Wow, you are such a very noble man. You have your principles and you really stick to it, and that makes you, I feel, part of the reason why you are very successful right now, not just as a pageant makeup director, but in everything that you have been doing for your other celebrity clients around the world. So wow, I did your research about you earlier. So as we talk about the aspects of the competition, now that as we look forward to the finals night, I wonder how does it feel like to be in the backstage during preliminary and finals night? Is it really? I assume it's always chaotic. inside
It's
during in
it
the
used to be
backstage?
when I started back in 2015. It was very nerve wracking. Actually, when I started Miss Universe, I thought I was gonna be the worst makeup artist there. I was just like, why am I here? People are gonna think the worst of me. I'm not the best to be here. But when I started doing makeup, I had a huge line of girls. That's another thing at Miss Universe. They don't they don't they don't get to you don't get to pick who do you want to work with. Before they will pick who do they want to sit down with. Nowadays, under my direction, I get to send them where do they need to be. But now, thanks to my direction and thanks to everything that I do strategically wise, it's not chaotic at all. I make sure that everybody has a credential. I need to make sure that every single person that is backstage, I know who they are. This is not a job that I need to do or that the organization is asking me to do, but this is something that I do the day before or early on the day, that I come to the venue and I start asking who's going to be backstage. And I need a list of every single person and I need to meet them. And I come up to them and I say, hi, my name is Andres. I'm the director of makeup and hair. Whatever you need from me, please let me know because I'm going to be around. I don't give them space to come into my department to try to mess up with one of my contestants' head. For example, sometimes we have a friend of a friend that is working at Miss Universe and wants to take a picture or say hi to my friend in this video that lives in Ecuador. No, I don't want that. Why? Because my contestant at that time, she's focusing what she's gonna do on the stage. So I make sure that everyone that's backstage has a credential and that is there for a reason. It's not chaotic.
Yeah.
Before it was, but now
Okay.
under my direction, and I'm very strict when it comes to my space. Everything is perfect.
Okay. There goes my dream of invading or loitering in the backstage of Miss Universe with my official media ID. Okay, you're very strict, so I would probably be sent out. Probably if you guys, if you see a media person like me loitering around the backstage trying to get some snaps or footages of what's going
It's
on
crazy.
behind the scenes. So yeah,
You have
I
to
get you, sir.
understand
I
that
get
there's
you, sir.
media
I get you.
people, but everybody has actually a space. Miss Universe is a very organized platform. It's very extremely organized. Every single media person has a space for him to sit down. It's not like you're going to be running around and going anywhere. No, everybody has a specific space to be, and from there, you're going to try to catch as much as you can. But
I got to discover that when I was there in New Orleans. I wasn't able to get to know you because probably you were I think I saw you one time walking, but you were I think with Salvita, and I was too shy to come up to you because probably I felt I had no reason to go up to you because and you're always serious. Every time I see you, whether on photos or on videos, you seem to be serious. I hardly see you smile, so I feel like you have this very strong personality. Okay, you don't want to mess up with this guy. You don't want to, annoy this guy.
people
Once you
people say
once
that a
you
lot,
know.
but I'm the nicest person ever. It's just that for me, Miss Universe, again, it's so important that in my head, I'm always thinking about every single thing that could go wrong that I need to fix. And again, there's always a camera rolling, and I need to make sure that everyone is doing their job correctly. So it's not that I'm serious. It's just that I'm in my own head, making sure that everything is right.
Running, being run well. Yeah, I do get you, sir. You're being paid to do your job. So at the very least, you have to work. You really have to work professionally. Yeah. So because you're handling the beauty department of the most prestigious pageant in the world. So you have all the rights to be stern, strict, and and be professional
Yeah.
and be your own boss when you do these things. So what about the girls, sir, in the backstage? How is the mood? How is the mood of the girls when they are dur- when they are in the backstage? Are they all very competitive? Are they all serious, or are they also
Actually,
happy, or are
since
they
day
just
one
chill?
that the competition starts, I always make sure that it's very, again, family oriented. When it's preliminary and whenever it's final show, it's never competitive at all. It's always competitive with their own selves. It's very weird, but we always, as the organization or sponsors or whoever's working backstage, we always make sure that the girls are sharing and competing with their own selves. So everything that you're gonna see backstage, and if you were there, you saw that everybody was very close to each other, kissing and hugging and trying to fix one another. I don't know. In YouTube, we have this little mini documentary about backstage of Miss Universe and MUBA. And you're gonna get to see how the girls bond with each other all the time. When it,
Ooh.
again, I'm very strict. Most of them, because I do not give them the space to be able to ask about my personal life or who I am as a human being out from Miss Universe. I do not give them that space. So with them, the contestants with me, they are very always on the shy side, like very like waiting to see what Andres is gonna say. But they're never like on their phones. Sometimes they're on their phones, on their social medias, and I'll be like, turn that off. And they're like, why? And I'm like, because you're doing this is a competition, and what's gonna happen? You're just gonna read all of those bad comments from hateful people, and what's gonna be the outcome? You out there giving the worst face ever and not doing great, because in the back of your mind you're just reading that everybody's saying something bad about you. So I prefer for you to turn that social media off and maybe listen to music or maybe do something else. So these are things that I do not have to do, but these are things that I know that the girls will remember forever, because it's a little input that I'm putting into their competition, so they can do the best. So yeah, it's never.
Fair
Yeah.
enough, sir. You're just doing your job. You're, which leads to my next question, because yeah, you've been already establishing, you've already been telling us that you're very strict and professional when it comes to your dealings with the contestants. So I'm still curious to ask, with 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 how you present with how you present formally to the girls and to your fellow staff members. I wonder, did you receive, or what has been the strangest makeup request? Was there a strange makeup request you got or received from any contestant, and what
Yeah.
was it?
Usually, usually the I want to say that the European girls, they are very they look like models, and they are very model agency oriented. So whenever they come into our workroom, they want very minimum makeup, and they want bold eyes with blue, green, or these crazy colors. And at Miss Universe, I have a rule. One of my rules is that nobody is allowed to bring a makeup palette that has colors, because we need to use neutral, nude colors that's gonna enhance the beauty on each girl. So we don't do colors. So when they come and they ask for, oh, I want for my nightgown, because my nightgown is blue. I want my eyeshadow to be a smoky but in blue. And right away I'm like, no, girl, I'm not gonna do that on you. None of my team members is gonna do that on you. But if that's what you really want, you can go do it on yourself. So they also have the option to do it, to make it happen, but we're never going to do that, because of course the all of that hateful or bad comments is gonna come at the end towards Muba. So it's always hard to try to make these girls understand what's the best for them, but I always tell them no. Why is that? What's the reason behind that? And I always give them the option for them to do it on their own if that's what they want. But I always tell them, make sure that if that's what you're gonna do, make sure that you say publicly that you did it on your own, not my team members or MUBA, because I always make sure that everybody is doing the Miss Universe look. That means all nude colors, everything needs to be about enhancing beauty's woman's beauty.
How do they how would the how would mostly these European girls react? Would
No,
they
they follow.
follow you or will they do
They
their
follow.
own makeup?
Everybody follows. No, they never do their own makeup.
Oh.
It's funny because they really do what I think is the best for them. And because again, the way I don't want people to think I'm a boss. I'm not a boss. I'm a leader. And a leader makes you understand why is it's something wrong. I'm never going to tell you don't do that. I'm always going to tell you don't do that because this is what's going to happen after. And they understand.
Yeah, I do get what will happen after. Because I feel it's a red flag for them if they don't follow you. You will immediately notify their chaperones. And the chaperones will definitely notify the bosses, the higher up bosses like Miss Paula Sugar or even Miss Anne. So yeah, I do get you. What about favorite makeup requests? What's the most in demand
The,
makeup request that girls ask
the,
you to do during the pageant night or
the
even
most
in
what?
any of the activities?
Favorite? The most favorite?
Favorite makeup
I want to
request.
say because we all know what we have to do. It's the Miss Universe look, that technique that we always know. It's always beautiful when the girls are coming and sitting down on their chair and saying, just do what you think is best for me. And that's for our favorite thing to
Mm.
hear. But our favorite part when it comes to makeup and we get to play with colors and different things is whenever we do the national costume because we get to put different things and different colors and different figures on their faces, and this is where we learn about their history or their culture. So that's our favorite part.
So that's both insightful for both parties. You as makeup director learning the girl's culture and the girl definitely learning from your expertise in terms of what color to put on their face
Yeah.
for that particular segment of the competition. You know, so many questions. I can't believe we've been talking for an hour already. I'll try to wrap this up in 10 minutes. You
It's
know, I'm so
okay.
embarrassed to be, extending your welcome to me. So yeah, there's some naughty questions here, like can you reveal which European country, yeah, which country in Europe requests something strange makeup? I pinned it. I mean, for sure, you'll never divulge it in front of me or
No, I'm
or
not.
during this live chat.
I never
Because it's
say the country, but again, Europeans are very model. They come from agencies. They in their heads, it's all about the modeling. It's not like Latinas or maybe Philippines that are very oriented when it comes to beauty pageant. They know that it's pageant hair, makeup, makeup. So it's not that they do not know what they're doing. It's just that sometimes they think that whatever looks in person perfect is going to look also perfect in camera. So what's very important for me is to make them understand that we need to do makeup and hair that looks perfect on camera, not in person. So but I love them. I love them because I do learn from them a lot because I'm very pageant oriented when it comes to makeup and hair. So when they come on our workroom, it's really beautiful to understand also all of that industry that it's about modeling and I get to learn a lot from them as well, and we both learn, and again, the outcome is always perfect.
Sir, can I make a suggestion if you don't mind? In order for that problem not to occur every edition. Um, Maybe you could put that in writing. You could put that in the manuals for everyone to read beforehand so that they won't get to ask you those questions anymore. I mean, off the top of my, because I say this because in this recent edition, before coming into New Orleans, I saw a contestant posting on her IG story some sort of a manual or like a paper indicating the rules and regulations of mobile cosmetics before they sit on your makeup chair. Like they're supposed to be bare face, or probably half of their makeup is applied, and then you guys will do the remaining. Yeah, and all those. Yeah, I tried to read the fine print, but it was so small, so
Actually,
I didn't have the patience to read
Actually, that
everything
manual
already. So
we started it this year for the first time, and that was because again I was getting so many questions all the time, and I didn't want girls to misunderstood our rules, so I did that manual when I was flying one time from one place to the other, and those are our rules, of course, because this is the first year us giving that manual. Every time is we're gonna try to add on more things because obviously we're gonna experience more things. So yeah, of course, we're gonna be adding a lot of more things that it's gonna be helpful for the girls.
sir,
Me
I'm
too.
literally enjoying this conversation. You don't know how, I'm super, yes, I really, you know, I am, I am super, super happy that you are, revealing all these stuff to me, considering that you don't know me. We're technically strangers to each other because we don't know each other personally, but, you being so generous with those tidbits, and inside info and everything that's happening backstage is so music to my ears as a pageant fan. You just don't know how you are making us, me, and not just me, but the viewers as well, in sharing and being generous
Or
with your stories to tell about Miss Universe. And as much as I want to talk to you longer, oh, I have to wrap this up. So, since you're coming here in the Philippines and you've been working for some of the biggest names around the world, I thought Miss Universe is only your biggest client, but as I researched more about you, wow, you're also doing Latin Grammys, Univision, Telemundo, Coca-Cola. So I wonder, since you're coming here, and for sure you're probably well abreast of what's happening here, of the celebrities here in the Philippines, would you is there a Filipino celebrity or Filipino actor or actress that you would like, or model that you would like to
well,
collaborate with in the
definitely,
near
as
future?
as someone that is very passionate about pageants again, I would love to work with Pia again and see her again and say and hug her and congratulate her on how beautiful she's doing and maybe try to do something together. But my main purpose of going to Philippines is not really to do makeup, is to establish a team of Filipinos in Philippines. So in the future, whenever we have any jobs, any events, any big productions in the Philippines, we already have a MUBA team that's going to be able to take care of that. For example, in Ecuador, we already have a team. In Colombia, we already have a team. Mexico, Venezuela. So if there's a big event going on in Venezuela, for example, I don't need to send anyone from out the country. I just need to make a call and be like, hey, are you guys ready? Because I already have a team of MUBA members that are from Venezuela in Venezuela. So my purpose coming to Philippines is to try to establish a team of Filipinos in the Philippines and try to see what more we can do inside of the country. And at the end, whenever we have these big events around the globe, like for example Miss Universe, we can all get together in one place.
All right, wow. So there's a possibility that you won't be just hiring one Filipino at the end of your master class tour here in Manila. You might probably end up getting more, but it's just that the only one person can get to fly with you to work with you in the next Miss Universe editions. All right. Well, sir, well, thank you for considering the talent of the Filipino in the makeup industry. We really appreciate that. And coming and as makeup artists coming from a pageant crazy country like the Philippines, it's really music to our ears that you are appreciating our talent when it comes
That
to makeup
definitely.
skills for
I
this
was, like I
particular
said, I was
matter.
there in past years. I enjoyed it. I enjoy every single Filipino friend that I have in my life. And again, for you guys, for me, it's very important to try to bring the whole world together. And little by little, I'm going to be doing that. So thanks to Empire, PH, and the Miss Universe Philippines organization that is making this happen. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the business, it's all about the love and the perfection that Miss Universe needs when it comes to makeup and hair backstage. So it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to be that Filipino little brother or sister being part of our company. And I'll see you over there. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah. So for the very last time, can you promote
Yes,
your upcoming global masterclass tour here in the Philippines and how excited you are to meet us because we're very excited. You know, for sure, once you come over here, all the pageant fans, especially the gay ones, will be swarming you to have a photo op with you, judging from their feedback that they're getting that they are sharing with us. Like Lindo, Andres, Papacito. What else are the comments coming in? You know, you will be such a huge rock star here when you come over. Once you attend the coronation night and they spot you in the audience area,
I
oh,
love
prepare to be
it. I love
swarmed
to meet.
by our pageant loving community. I'm
I love
telling
to
you as
meet
early as
everyone.
now. All right, there you go. There you go, Sir Andres. Thank you so much. There's so many questions coming in yet. Like, how do you find our very own Celeste Cortesi? I mean, wow. I mean, you just work with her, and I think you pulled off some of the one of your best looks for her, for her, or for any entire Miss, for any other Miss
Yeah,
Universe
yeah,
contestant
yeah.
in the
It was
pageant.
great working with Celeste, and again with every single girl. It's always a blast because they understand what we want to do. But yeah, I want to invite again everyone. May 7th, we have the Miss Universe look or the Universal look technique, the masterclass. This is a world tour that we have 18 countries that we're going to be attending throughout the year. And we are picking only one person so they can join the class. Again, this class is open for anyone. You don't have to audition. If you don't want to audition, it's okay. If you just want to go and understand how do we do makeup at Miss Universe, it's perfect. If you just want to go to listen and to bond with me, it's perfect as well. This is open for everyone so they can come and chit chat with us. But again, it is an opportunity for you to be able to grow within our company. And I'll see you over there May 7th in Manila, Philippines. I'm very excited to meet every one of you. So I'll see you there.
All right, there you go. Maraming salamat. Muchos gracias, Sir Andres, Senor Andres, for gracing this interview and entertaining us with your expertise and knowledge with your work that you do for Miss Universe. God bless you. And I can right now and as early as now, I'm so happy to finally get to know you. I won't be intimidated the next time I see you walking right in front of me. I'll even
Perfect.
say
Yeah.
hi.
I hope I
Yeah.
see you around and yeah, let's make sure we get together so we can chit chat more about Miss Universe, which is what we love.
Yes, definitely. All right, sir,
Thank
and thank
you.
you so much. I had such a blast getting to know you. Thank you to Sir Borch Rojas of the Miss Universe Philippines organization for making this interview possible. Thank you so much. You don't know, Sir Borch, how you are making me so happy, and not just me, but the entire Filipino pageant fandom with this very scintillating guest that I am talking to right now. So maraming salamat. Muchas gracias again, Sir Andres. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you 2 months from now. Be prepared for the rockstar welcome we will be giving you as
Awesome.
soon as you land in
Thank you
the
so
airport.
much. Again, thank
Get
you so
ready
much,
for
and
it.
I'll see you over there. Bye bye.
Take
Bye, love.
care. Bye.